The following is a short video for how to apply payments and how to take credits for AR. The starting point for this is I have a customer, which I will pull up. I'll go to Account Management, and we will pull up Carol Gray, and I'll show you on the AR Documents tab. We have a number of tickets that have happened in the past, and it just so happens some payments have come in. They're in a quote-unquote open status, meaning they have not been paired up with a ticket. Either way, we have the money. It doesn't really change what's in our bank account, but from a standpoint of managing this customer, knowing what they've paid us, knowing what they still owe, it's nice to pair those up. Now in this example, I can see that my payment here, my second one for $735.73, chances are that matches up with this record. And I know from my trusty calculator that if I add up the $491, the $81, and the $12.54, that actually gets me to this one. So when the customer sent in this check, they must have been very specifically thinking of paying those off. So when we talk about applying payment, it just simply means we're doing this matching game. Now, there is a utility in Counterpoint that's available to you, and this is found under Customers, Utilities, and it's called Apply Credits. And you could run this once a month, and any past payments that have come in, it'll pick the oldest ticket in the list and start applying until it uses up those payments. And some folks just use that, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to show you for this customer, if I did this for Carol Gray, just because of the way that payment came in, there was actually one date that they skipped. So if I preview this, Counterpoint will try to take these payments and start matching them up, but you'll notice that $735 does not get neatly matched up with a ticket for $735. So if you prefer to have a little more control over how those match up, this is how you would do that. In this case, I'm going to Customers. I'm going to a place called Utilities and a place called, it's a funny name, but Reapply AR Documents. And I'm going to pull up my customer, Carol Gray, and I'm going to pull up, let's start with the $735 one. This is actually one of the easier between the two to do. So we'll choose that. It'll ask me, do I want to use previously entered, meaning how has this payment been matched up so far? And actually my answer to that is going to be no, because the whole reason I came in here is I want to pair up. I want to choose where this pairs up. Currently this is paired up to something called open, which does me no good. So use previously entered, I will say no. There are defaults here that are fine with me, and I'm going to go to the Lines tab. Now I have a few choices here when I get to the Lines tab. But the most common is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go start picking my documents. In this case, there's really only one document I want for my 735. And once I choose that, I'll hit my tab key here and I'm going to go ahead and save this. And you'll notice there is no posting step when we talk about applying payments. It's just pairing. We're just matching things up. You'll notice there's no amount remaining. If I go back and look at my customers account management for Gray. If I go here, you'll notice that payment has fallen off my screen. If I include zero balance documents, it'll come back. There it is. And you can see there was a ticket and it was fully paid. But if I am not interested in things that are fully paid, you'll notice that falls off. And it's no longer floating out there in space to pair it up with something called open. We actually took that payment and matched it up with a ticket. And this time we'll look at that other open amount. If I expand this, you'll notice there was another payment from 313 for 126. And I happen to know that that matches up with the 491, the 108.98, and the 1254. These three add up to that 126. I happen to know that because I was playing around with the numbers because this is a common thing. Someone will send in a check and they have a specific number of tickets that they have in mind that they're paying for. So we're going to go do this example now. This is, I would say, not necessarily trickier, but now we're, instead of just matching up a simple one-to-one, we're taking a payment and matching it to a few. So to do that, we'll go back to Customers, Utilities, Reapply. Funny name, I know. And there we go. We'll pick up Carol. We'll say, and we're going to find that 126 here, like so. Now it asked me use previously entered. I'm going to say no, because again, this was paired up with open. I really don't want it paired up with open. I want to pair this payment with actual tickets now. So I will say no to that, and I'll go to my lines. And so I know that the 491 is one of the ones I want to pair up to. And I'll just use my tab to move down. I'm going to go find my 108, which is also one that I know I want to pay off. And I have one to go here for my 1254. Now Counterpoint is noticing that amount that we started with, the 126.43, that's been fully used up. So really there's no reason for me to keep going. There's no money to apply anymore. So they're properly noticing this and saying, hey, are you ready to save this? The answer is yes. And as far as applying the payment goes, we're done. Again, there's no posting step here. We simply are pairing up payments with tickets. And that's an example of one payment, multiple tickets. If I go back to account management for Carol Gray, you can see on the AR Documents tab in this view that open amount's been fully taken care of. Actually, let's look group by this. So here was a payment for 123. If I expand this, there you go. Nice view. There's a check, and here's the tickets it was matched up with. That is what reapply is all about for matching those up. Again, you might choose to simply use a utility that Counterpoint provides called Apply Credits, which does it for you. You just never quite know for sure if it's going to match it up the way you want to. If you want to have that control, then you use Reapply AR Documents. If you have any questions, please contact us at LPA Retail. Thank you.